Probably not next time. Next time.
Yeah, after this map, buddy. After this map.
All right, guys, we are going into Game 3. This is the rundown. I am Gwin, and with me, of course, is Rance. Follow CSN on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter at GwinCraft. Follow Rance on Twitter at Rance Costa. We are jumping into game number 3. This is the last game. It's down to the wire.
Yes, sir.
Tied up 1-1. Let's do some player intros. Rance, take it away.
Spawning in the lower left position as the yellow Zerg, we have Empire viOLet.
Doing the GSL rotate there.
That's very fancy.
And hailing from an unknown team, a player named Lau, playing Terran, playing some amazingly good Terran.
Yeah.
In that first game.
Oh, yeah.
With that harass.
And in case you guys missed the interview earlier, we did get on Skype with Lau for a little while.
Yep. Apparently he played Warcraft 3 with the Muslim.
There we go. Who hasn't, though, really?
I haven't.
Nah, I didn't either. But
Oh, okay.
What Warcraft player has?
Oh, I don't know. But Galaxy, you know, or Lau rather, playing some great Terran. He is spawning in the right-hand position in blue. And looks like pretty standard opening so far out of both players. We don't have Gas first out of Galaxy this game. He has just gone for that standard opening, going for the barracks. Gas probably going to follow up on 13 as soon as he has the mineral to do so.
Yep.
And looks like we'll be seeing that 15 hatch out of viOLet.
I wonder if Lau is going to do some air harass, some quick air harass with these positions.
You know, I actually, I don't know if we're going to see air harass, but I think it's very possible that we're going to see a elevator Marine tank push through the back door.
Ooh.
That is actually so strong on this map. If you have a tank on the low ground, some Marines on the low ground, and you just elevator some Marines into the main and then gradually tank push in. And look at this, viOLet actually throwing down his spawning pool right here despite knowing that Lau is there. And this is actually a really bad place to put your spawning pool in these positions.
Right, that could be sieged by a tank on the low ground
Absolutely,
easily.
A tank right there can take that spawning pool out, and then
Right.
you're in even more trouble. Of course, the solution for Zerg comes when you knock down these destructible rocks super early, because then what you can do is the Terran player comes over here and sieges up, and you do a pincher where you attack from the top and the bottom at the same time, kill off their whole army. And viOLet is the kind of player who can pull something like that off. Actually, viOLet losing an Overlord as well, so he is kind of on the back foot already, I would say, based on this. And that's not exactly where you want to be in viOLet's position. Going to have to remake that Overlord, remake an additional Overlord to expand. And look at this. Wow, we have One Rack's Gasless expand out of Galaxy, throwing down the command center on the low ground, so super ballsy.
So macro play here instead of any kind of harass through the back door real quick, it seems.
Well, I mean, the
or maybe he's got a two-base kind of thing in
no,
mind.
that push is a two-base push.
Okay.
So still definitely could see it.
There we go.
I like this move out with the Marines as well. 3 Marines. What does viOLet have to defend against that? He has no Zerglings, so basically nothing. He's just got some Queens, which should be enough to deter them. But Galaxy, at the very least, can force some Zerglings, make viOLet feel a little bit on the back foot. The Marines actually can do the, dat damage step and potentially pick up Queen. No, looks like he's just gonna pull back. Queens were sufficient. viOLet getting a fast 3rd Queen. And Factory going down to complete the wall off. There's a bunker at the front for safety. The 2 orbitals are up. Double gas in the main. So Lau setting up for a real good economy here, and just a real good setup in general. viOLet actually taking 2 pretty quick gas as well. I'm curious as to what he's going to do with this gas that he is getting. Actually, viOLet going up to 4 gas super quick. Ooh, viOLet, what are you doing here? I'm very curious. This might be just like a super fast Mutalisk. Like when I say super fast, I mean like layer with first 100 gas, like skip circling speed. Yeah, that is actually what we see. So
good call, buddy.
This is going to be a really fast layer out of him. definitely wants to start putting on Mutalisk pressure before his opponent expects it. And that's super smart to do. I mean, if you can kind of metagame your opponent, keep them off guard, definitely a good move. Oh, and look at this out of Lau. He's going to play
The double reactors.
double reactor Hellion. So this is actually really, really cool out of him. Now, he's got 2 barracks, so he's not committed to mech at this point. He could go mech, and I actually would love it if he went mech. That would be so, so cool. He's getting an armory, so we might see mech upgrades. We might see that's what his tech path is. Yeah, this is such suave play. I really like this. Super suave. Rico suave. And viOLet, there's the Spire. So this is a pretty quick Spire off 2 base, and he's basically just been making drones this whole time. He has like no combat units out. He doesn't have a macro hatch. Doesn't even have Zergling speed yet. No, guys, we're at the 8-minute and 20-second mark, and
there's
the
no speed done.
Has Zergling speed halfway done. I just want to point that out for everyone. And despite that, we've got creep spread. We've got spine crawlers.
I'm sorry to go back to the speed thing, but did he start that after Spire?
Yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely. Spire about halfway done. Zergling speed about to finish. We have 8 Hellions poaching out across the map, and those Hellions are actually, wow. viOLet pulled his 3 queens down super fast. Hellions now just going to clear out all this creep. Creep is not something Hellions like, and so they just kill it instinctively. I think that's really kind of how that goes.
Luckily, viOLet was able to get some of his front tumors there out of range of that scan, so he's going to be able to continue with it, yeah.
He certainly will. He will need to drop another one in the middle.
Right, it's going to drop in the middle right there, though, right? Yeah.
And this drone wants to go expand, but there's a Marine in the way, and one Marine beats one drone.
Oh.
So that drone is going to turn around and say, man, I can't expand there.
I love that. I love that habit, though. Seriously, like we see Suppy do it every game he plays as well.
Leave a unit at your opponent's expansion places so you know when
Any
they're trying to expand.
A unit of any type.
Suppy usually does it with like a single Zergling.
Oh yeah.
But viOLet has got his Mutalisk out. He's coming toward the main. There's a single turret up, but we've seen in the past, viOLet is not above just diving those turrets, doing a lot of damage, and viOLet actually has a lot of Mutalisk out right now. This is way more Mutalisk than Galaxy expects to deal with at this point in the main, but Galaxy is going mech. Oh, I love mech against Zerg. I think it's so strong and so underused. And 2 Thors are about to pop out, and that's going to make those Mutalisks turn around real fast. Yeah, wow, that is great timing on that Thor popping out. All he lost was the single refinery. And yeah, we have mech coming out. Blue Flame on the way. And another 3rd command center, as well as 2 more factories. So this is going to be 6 fac off 3 base.
Sweet.
That's really
excessive.
Heavy duty mech. I would expect to see tank production start up soon. He already has +2 vehicle weapons on the way, and when Terran gets +2,
Thors start to melt Mutalisk. Like,
Mutalisk,
yeah,
actually.
wow, that's like butter.
Unless you know, the Zerg player gets the Carapace, and he's not. He's getting flyer attack. But look at this. viOLet gets the read on it, throws down the Roach Warren, gets burrow, starts getting missile attack. And actually, this is the perfect response, because against mech, you want to go Roach Infester. And you use Neural Parasite. Neural Parasite their doors.
Mutalisk's going to start to hit the refineries of the Terran now, which is great for the Zerg. If he can take down those 2, that's going to put a big hurt on the income there.
Yeah, a lot of damage going down on those Mutalisks, though, as he took 2 volleys from those Thors, and they have +1, so they're not doing shabby damage at all. You know, viOLet should probably think about trying to sack a lot of those Zerglings soon, as you know, they're not going to be very useful, and they're just kind of taking up supply. But look at this, viOLet aggressively taking a 3rd and a 4th base. This is the other thing that you have to do against a meching Terran. You have to just expand like crazy, because if a Terran goes mech, they're basically saying, I'm going to sit back and turtle until I hit 200 food. Looks like we're going to see a little bit of a push out here. But viOLet should be able to deal with this with Roach Lane. Like, there's Blue Flame has finished. so these will two-shot lings, but he should be able. Oh, look at this! This
nice.
is so smart.
Sneaking in the side hatch, running into the units that they don't want to see, though, and all these Zerglings are going to go down to those Hellions there. I don't even think they got one down. Meanwhile, Mutalisks are going to attack the refineries again and deny their mining again. And it looks like he only lost one to those Thors.
Yep. That's actually super smart as well, because when you're going mech as a Terran player, you're gas limited. And so killing off the refineries is actually so smart out of viOLet, because he does not want his opponent to have enough gas to do the mech he wants. But this is actually not a move out and an attack by Lau. He's just trying to set up his third base. And viOLet really needs to get this fourth into production. He's at a supply advantage. The other thing I'd love to see out of viOLet is drops. Drops are super strong against mech because it's so immobile. You know, if you drop, say, like 10 roaches here in the main, you will be able to take out these turrets and pick off a lot of these tech labs on the factories, and then just kind of like burrow or run away. We actually have burrow move on the way for viOLet as well. +3 mech weapons already started. We're at the 15 minutes, so he has been rushing for this. Thors now 2-shot Mutalisks, and additionally they do 36 times 2, so much damage to almost 80 damage.
I can't even count that high, Gwin.
Yeah, I mean it gets up there. And viOLet, he's got the 1/1 for his roaches. He's got roach speed. He's got burrow, and burrow move as well. So he's in a good position. But you actually cannot engage this army right now as Zerg. Like you will just die. And that's the big thing to note, because these tanks are going to do 60 damage a shot to roaches, which means that they almost two-shot roaches. But look at this from viOLet. He's actually just going to burrow and sneak in.
What a gangster.
And viOLet is maxed out, so these are trades that he needs to start making. He needs to start, like, consciously making trades. I would love to see him unburrow on top of these tanks.
There you go.
And just kind of kill that off there.
I wonder if Lau was able to see the shadows from those roaches moving.
You know, I don't know. That's the thing. Oh, a scan going on over here, but
nice.
That's a scan in the wrong place, and viOLet actually is just going to go straight in the main.
Knows where
so
the turrets are, but he's about to enter turret range there.
Aside from yeah, he has unburrowed. Looks like he's going to try and just run up into the main. If he could kill off that armory, that would be huge as well. Denying that upgrade. No, looks like he's just going to kill off some tanks immediately. Armory going down.
Big
armory
blow
does
there.
go down.
Yeah.
And he's just going to go for these tech labs next. Or no, going for the factory. He's got enough DPS to do that. So great play out of viOLet. You see, oh man, there's a ton of turrets here. He's not going to be able to do the crazy burrow that I want. So he just burrows half the forces and runs away. The scan goes down. And look at this split up his roaches. Means that he has more harass potential later. I like that so much out of viOLet.
I think where he ran to is within range, though, of the turret down low, and he is able to be spotted down there. There's just a little hole right there that he had to scan for. That's going to come in handy later, I think.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And we have Galaxy throwing down another command center. I wouldn't mind to see that get landed here and turned into a planetary fortress. I think that actually would be a real smart move. And I like how Lau is playing this out. I mean viOLet is doing well. He's getting drops now, but here's the move out, and like that is actually just such a scary army to deal with. How do you engage that? We'll have to find out if viOLet can make it happen. Looks like he's just going for a counterattack, and that's a good move as there's no planetary here, but this force just might kill him.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough to stop this here.
I mean, we're at +2. That's just gonna run and actually kill like every single drone he has.
Ooh, the infestors are back though. We'll see what they can do.
Parasite on the tanks, but he scales the high ground and kills off all those infestors. But most of those roaches actually went down with that attack. So if he floods Zerglings right now, he could be in a good spot. But no, 15 more roaches in production. This hatch is gonna fall. In the meantime, we have the counterattack in the main with these roaches. That looks like it'll get cleaned up by Lau. And Lau in a commanding position right now. He's doing so much damage with this attack, and I don't feel like viOLet's counterattack did the damage it needs to win him the game. He did clear out a ton of SCVs and is continuing to do damage in the main.
Yeah, let's check out what the map and what's going on with the mining here. I mean, that's a huge force, though, and I don't foresee viOLet being able to defend his main in this situation. But,
yeah, absolutely. Look at this. viOLet just loads up everything. Yeah, that Overlord drop just in time, and he's just going to drop somewhere else.
Now, what's the production
And that
tab
actually
like?
might win. That actually might win the game for viOLet. He's rebuilding his fire, he's rebuilding his Earthborn, probably up here. Yes, that is where we see those going down. But this force is going to clean up the main. Probably going to take out the infestation pit next. And this is still a super scary army. Like,
yeah, Lau's going to figure out what he needs to do about those Thors there. I think he can handle the tanks with his mutas if they're still around.
I mean, and at this point, viOLet has basically gotten cleaned up. And his counterattack roaches are going to go down as well. So really, like, what can viOLet do? He's got these roaches that he just dropped out of his overlords.
He's kind of got a scary amount of cash, though, man, and that's one thing that I would consider in this situation here.
It's true.
Lau's not really mining. Cash is at a premium here. viOLet's still got somewhat of an income, and he's got a good bank right now. And the mutas are in. Wow, no anti-air in this area at all. 1 tank, 2 tank, 3 tank goes down. It looks like he's just going to be able to waltz in and take out all these tanks.
And I think that might have been the game changer. These roaches at the same time running in, taking out everything, unsieged, and viOLet is going to take this game.
Wow, he pulled it out.
Wow, what a comeback there.
Yeah.
You know, those counterattacks doing so much damage, and Lau getting caught unsieged, losing everything.
Back in Lau's third, more units going down to these mutalisks here.
Expect GG any moment here.
Absolutely, buddy. This was... Boy, it wasn't looking so hot for viOLet there for a second, but he just absolutely made the right decision by lifting out all his units.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Lifting them all out. The burrow allows him to heal up. All that good stuff. And the command center goes down. So that is one less command center that our meching Terran had. viOLet doing an amazing job there.
Well, supply's way out of hand right now, and it does seem like it's a matter of time before Lau's going to tap out. But he's hanging in as best he can right now, dropping a bunch of mules there at the natural expansion. But you can see the natural's almost mined out.
Basically, yeah. Those mules actually will completely mine that out. There's not enough minerals there.
And that'll be all of the minerals that Lau has access to, so he just GG's it. And that spells victory for viOLet, taking his second game of the series there after the drop in the first game to Lau. Nice showing by Lau in the tournament in this round, too. Kind of unfortunately ran into a tough player in viOLet.
Yeah.
But I can't say that he didn't show up, because he sure did.
He certainly put on the show for us.
Absolutely.
So that was fantastic. So out of these, let's do a refresh on these brackets. Looks like the Mista will be facing